What's good, ladies and gents? This is Lee here with RiceCube Productions, and I've got a special video for you today. This is episode 1 of RiceCube Tech. So I've had a love of tech all my life, but only recently did I resolve to unbox and review tech here on my channel. What I hope to do with this channel is help each and every one of you by providing both detailed spec lists and real-world performance of the item in question to help with your future tech purchases. So subscribe for future content and enjoy. So let's get into the main video. For episode 1 of RiceCube Tech, I'll be reviewing the machine that I will be editing all my videos on from this point forward. The machine that is my weapon of choice is the 2017 Dell XPS 15 9560. This replaced my old 2016 Apache Pro laptop from MSI. This older laptop was by no means obsolete, but there were a few things that prompted me to sell my old laptop and purchase this new one. Keep in mind that I purchased this computer for around $1,900 after taxes and that I was not sponsored or paid in any way to do this video. Also bear in mind that these reasons have no ranking in importance as all equally contribute to my purchase. The first reason was weight. The MSI that was my daily computer for almost a year was significantly heavier, around 20% heavier that is, at 5.3 pounds compared to the 4.4 pounds the XPS has. Secondly, the form factor and build quality. 20% difference in weight doesn't seem like much, but in addition to weight, the MSI was far fatter and therefore more cumbersome to place in any travel bag or backpack. It also didn't help that the MSI was built far cheaper and yet still weighed more. I experienced some screen wobble and flex on the MSI, while the XPS is solid all around with only slight flexing on the keyboard while applying heavy force. The XPS features a soft carbon fiber interior that feels incredible compared to the bare aluminum on the MSI. Despite its soft touch, the carbon fiber seems to be durable, which will be tested over the next couple years that I use this machine. The exterior is aluminum, like my previous laptop. However, it is not a brushed aluminum and therefore is not a fingerprint magnet, which is a huge plus. The third reason was performance. Despite the only one generation gap between the i7 6700 HQ versus the 7700 HQ and the GTX 960M versus the GTX 1050, the XPS is extremely smooth with editing and playing back 4K videos in an editing timeline, while the MSI is not. Part of this is due to the new added benefits of Kaby Lake over Skylake CPUs when it comes to encoding and decoding H.264. Due to its high compression rate, H.264 is incredibly editor unfriendly, and Kaby Lake helps rectify some of this. On the 6700 HQ within DaVinci Resolve 14, I had difficulty playing back unedited 4K files in a timeline, whereas on the XPS 15, I can add several instances of color grading and transition effects without any stuttering. In addition, render times are significantly improved as the GTX 1050 is around 25% faster than the last generation 960M. While this doesn't necessarily translate into 25% of gains in render times, it is noticeably faster in Resolve. The fourth reason is the 4K IGZO touchscreen. This 4K IPS panel is one of the highlighting features of the higher spec XPS 15 models. This screen covers 96% of the sRGB color range and 99% of the Adobe RGB color space, with potential for even greater accuracy when properly calibrated. In comparison, the 2016 and 2017 MacBook Pros are only accurate to 94% in the sRGB and 76% in the Adobe RGB. You can thank Dave Lee for doing the tests. Go check out his channel right here. Some may argue that 4K is gimmicky and unnoticeable when viewed from arm's reach when compared to 1080p. What I say to these people is that you're dead wrong. At 15.6 inches, the 4K panel is far sharper than the 1080p panel found on the MSI, and after spending mere weeks with the XPS, I can't downgrade back into a 1080p screen. For those who don't know, 4K, or in this case Ultra HD, is 4 times the resolution of 1080p, which is known as Full HD. Content creators of all types, such as photographers, videographers, graphic designers, and animators, all benefit tremendously. Even average media consumers will be wowed when streaming 4K videos, such as this one, on YouTube. The fifth reason was battery life. The XPS 15 features a 97 watt-hour battery and has amazing battery life, even with the incredibly power-hungry 4K screen. The MSI featured a far smaller battery, which got me close to 2 to 2.5 hours on a full charge with normal usage, and around 45 minutes to an hour on load video editing. The new XPS, in my personal experience, gets close to triple the battery life in normal usage and around double under load. It feels great not having to be plugged in all the time and be at a point where I can just chill and work on my various projects. My last main reason for switching was the slight future-proofing the device has with the inclusion of Thunderbolt 3 via USB-C. USB-C is the new standard and replaces USB Type-A, micro USB, mini USB, etc. This port is reversible, which is first and foremost a convenience feature, but also helps improve durability of the port. While the MSI laptop was equipped with USB-C, it lacks support for Thunderbolt 3. Thunderbolt 3 contains 4 PCIe lanes and allows for high data transfer speeds up to 40 gigabits per second, compared to USB 3.1's peak of 10 gigabits per second, and carries multiple DisplayPort lanes for support to carry the signal of 2 4K 60Hz displays or one 5K 60Hz display. The XPS 15 only contains 2 PCIe lanes, capping it at 20 gigabits per second, but still retains its full amount of DisplayPort lanes. So, you'll only be truly affected by this if you wish to dock your laptop for external GPU support or extra I/O. These are just a few of the main reasons why I bought this laptop, but now I'd like to discuss other aspects of this product that relate to all consumers, not just my personal reasons for switching. The keyboard on the XPS is one of my personal favorites out of all the laptops I've used. However, the vast majority of you guys out there will probably find it rather mediocre. The keys have a decent amount of travel and a decent feel in terms of tactility, but the keys aren't super loud, nor are they super quiet. Personally, I like the keyboard's balance of each category. However, I'm sure most of you would enjoy it with a longer key travel or more tactility. The I/O is quite excellent for a laptop in this size category. The XPS 15 packs 2 USB 3.0 Type-A ports, an HDMI 1.4 port, a Thunderbolt 3 port, and a full-size SD card reader. This laptop lacks Ethernet, though that is easily fixed by a USB adapter. And while 2 USB 3.0s is a bit lean for some, it is far superior to none at all. Next up is the built-in speakers. Sound on the XPS 15 is better than average once you do a bit of tweaking. Some users claim that the sound is rather abysmal and unusable on the XPS 15, but a bit of tweaking in the included Max Audio Pro software gets the speakers sounding quite decent, although it lacks bass and clarity at max volumes. Now, a neutral point is the 720p webcam. Due to the nature of the infinity screen, Dell moved the webcam from the traditional top-facing area to the bottom. This makes the camera point directly up your nose and pretty much eliminates this laptop for professional conference calls. However, this can be easily rectified with a dedicated webcam that will be sharper and be better positioned. One definitive plus is the trackpad. The glass trackpad is equipped with Windows precision drivers. While it does fall short of the MacBook trackpads, this is by far one of the top performing Windows trackpads I've ever used. Something that is undeniably bad is the stability of the laptop straight out of the box. Don't get me wrong, I love this laptop, but clean from the factory, the laptop is buggy as hell. Though to be fair, all of it is easily fixed through updating all the drivers and installing the latest BIOS updates for the XPS. I had to upgrade the graphics drivers for both the integrated Intel HD 630 graphics and the dedicated NVIDIA GTX 1050 card. Additionally, there were 2 updates to BIOS before the laptop was fully functional. However, after these updates, the laptop ran perfectly to suit all my needs. In my honest opinion, this is one of the best 2017 laptops for consumers, prosumers, and pros alike. Although, for strictly pros, I would also recommend taking a look at the Dell Precision 5520, as it is the same body, but is equipped with a mobile Xeon CPU and a Quadro graphics card. As for the XPS 15, this machine is a perfect blend of looks, power, portability, and convenience. If you have the budget for this machine, and you have the patience to work on updating all the drivers and installing all the BIOS updates, you won't regret purchasing this laptop. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. This was Lee with RiceCube Productions, and have a great day.